What's up, bitches? Um, so I know it's been a while. More than just a little while. I think it's been like a couple years now since I've made an update. So yeah, I kind of just wanted to do that. Living in a new place now. Uh, yeah, a lot of shit's happened. So let's get started. Um, well, one interesting thing is I'm engaged to a man. So that's different. Um, Met him through YouTube, actually, through a podcast that we both watch. And started off as just friends. Knew him through the podcast for a couple years. He came to the States for just to kind of hang out with different people. Stayed at my place for a week. Nothing happened. We just became like even better friends. Planned on moving in together, kind of thing. And when he left, he went to Vegas. And I got ditched at a concert by a cunt friend of mine. But thank you, cunt friend, because it got me laid many times. Pretty good lay, too. Anyway, that's besides the point. Shit. Such a fucking spaz. Okay. Anyways, I get ditched at a concert. I have Z tickets for like the first day because it's like a big festival, like metal kind of thing. So I'm kind of too nervous to go by myself in like the festival area alone, at least. So I got like C tickets for the first day. So he was like, hey, what if I just join you for the second day? I was like, no, you don't have to do that. You're in Vegas, blah, 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 blah. He's like, no, I want to. Yeah, I'll meet you, blah, blah, blah. So he does. He comes back. He takes a Greyhound pretty much overnight to go with me to the second concert. And it was a really good concert. I'm very happy I didn't miss it. I got to see Sabaton. I got to see Amon Amarth. I got to see Black Sabbath, but I've seen them like twice before that anyways. Anthrax, they were kind of shit. Motionless in White, fucking terrible. And they pretty much got booed off the stage, which was pretty funny. Who else was there that? I don't even remember. There was a shit ton of bands. It was pretty awesome. So yeah, that was when I started to realize, oh shit, I think I have feelings for this person. This is weird. Because he knows me from YouTube with this name. And I've kept this name because I think it's funny. I still find myself mostly lesbian. Like if I walk down the street and find people attractive, it's women. For me, this is kind of why I wanted to make the video, is to talk about my name and why I picked it. When I picked the name, I was fresh out of religion. I was fresh out of the closet. And I always knew I liked girls, but kind of went off and on the guys. And I think the biggest reason for that is because of shit I went through. And I know a lot of lesbians don't have that issue. It's purely like, this is what I'm attracted to. I really think if things would have been different, I would have been more comfortable calling myself bi. But my ex-husband kind of ruined me for a few years. I'm still in therapy. But he's probably the reason I hate religion the most. Is because it's not... Okay, I was just about to say it's not his fault. This is weird to, like, explain. I blame myself for staying with him after I found out certain things and after he did certain things. But in my head, it was God's plan. I was saving myself for marriage. Something happened to where I didn't really have a choice in that. And I was like, well, obviously I'm supposed to marry this person because I told God that I only want to be with one person. So this guy kind of just, you know, and I gotta do it. Um, which was retarded. And really pissed off at myself for that, but you know, shit happens. So, yeah, I kind of tell him like all my shit. Like, well, okay, before, like, he stayed another week. I'm starting to like develop feelings for him a little bit. Um, he's basically staying in my bedroom on like in my bed at this time, and nothing happens. He's totally respectful the whole time. Unless you know him, no, he's a complete asshole. Um, anyway, so yeah. Um, it was when he left to go to Godless Engineer's place that I realized, oh, I like him. So one Tuesday before the podcast, um, basically some like weird guy is like trying to stab people in the parking lot. So I'm about to take my walk in the parking lot, and like the security guard comes out and he's like, "Hey, get in here!" And I'm like, "Okay, get in." Locks the door. He's like, "There's some guy who just tried to stab me with this thing," and I was like, "What the fuck?" So I messaged him, and he was just like, "Please don't get stabbed. I'm rather fond of you." And I was like, "Well, I'm rather fond of you too." So all night we're kind of like going through this thing, and I was like, "I don't really know what we got going on here, but I kind of dig it." He's like, "Well, what do you mean?" I was like, "Well, we don't really seem like friends. We seem a little bit more than that." He's like, "Yeah, I kind of noticed that too." And I was like, "Well, like, I kind of like you, but you should know some things." Because, okay, 5 years ago, um, the last time I was with the guy, before this one, obviously, it was not a good experience. I never reported it to the police, but I probably should have. Um, basically, just guy sticks his tongue down my throat, shoves me up against the car, sticks his hand down my pants, even though I keep like pushing his hand away, and just fucking creep. Um, so I think that with my ex-husband and then Steph's kid, like it just all compacted on top of each other kind of thing. Like if it was just one thing, I could deal with it better, but if it's like all this shit on top of shit, it's kind of like really lame. Um, so yeah, uh, I basically just tell him everything because that's just the kind of person I am. I don't want to like pretend and hide and like have like I know I'm broken, so I don't want to pretend like I'm not and like lead somebody on. Like I have shit. You know what I mean? Like I've been diagnosed with PTSD, so I think like telling a future partner that is probably a good idea. Just in case like they touch you a certain way and it brings something back and you forget where you are or even just like you know, like it's not always just forgetting who you are and like, you know, that kind of thing. Like sometimes it's just like you start to dissociate or I'm starting to get all like, ugh. But it's probably just better to let the person know, like, hey, I got some shit. Um, and I told him a little bit before, mostly in joke form. Um, he caught on to, and I was just like, what? You were listening? This is weird. Okay. Um, so yeah, that happened. Um, 2 years ago. And then on the podcast that we met through, we were like special guests on um, our second anniversary. And that's when he proposed. And it was super cute. Um, so yeah, he lives in the UK. So first time he was here. And then a year later, I went and visited him over there, met his whole family. They're all amazing. Um, the plan is to move there eventually. because I no longer talk to anybody in my family. Um, that was another thing that happened during this couple years. Cause before it was kind of like an off and on kind of thing. Like I would go through talking to them and then I would like stop and then I would go back and stop, and that kind of thing. Um, but like my aunt had died and my mom and I were already like not really cool anyways. And when this aunt died, I wasn't even expecting to see my mom at the funeral because my mom hated this person. Like, she laughed so hard when my aunt got breast cancer. And even more so when my aunt got ALS, which is what had killed her. Um, so my mom's just like a terrible person, like not just to me, but just in general. Um, so basically, like the funeral's going on, and my mom's there, and she somehow makes it all about her. Like she's standing behind me and like almost collapsing, like she's holding all of her weight on me, and like my uncle starts crying, and like my aunt or my cervical slide just goes up and hugs him, just like, oh, you poor baby. And then like the funeral's done, and like everybody just kind of like starts to mingle and stuff, and everybody just surrounds my mom, who's making it all about her. And it's not even about like my aunt dying or anything like that. It's literally about how my sister was selling her house. The house that my mom had like let her move into, signed the lease over in her name, which was a stupid idea, and I told her it was. So basically, like everybody's just surrounding her to talk about this family drama. All the while, my cousin's over here just lost his mom. Nobody's paying him a bother. And it's just like, the fuck? So I go over and I'm like talking to him and trying to like, you know, basically trying to tell him like, I'm so sorry, man. Like your mom was really good to me and I feel bad like not talking to her the last couple of years, but I appreciated everything she did for me, and if there's anything you need, like I'm here. Kind of like one of those things where it's like I can't make this okay kind of thing, and I'm just sorry because this sucks so bad. Um, and I was just really ashamed of my mom too, because she literally just made everything about her. Um, and then about a month after that, I went into treatment for an eating disorder, which, you know, I've had for fucking ever. And it had been like it's been like 2.5 years since I've thrown up, but, I had still kind of relapsed and not even like really thought about it kind of thing. Like I was still like trying to starve myself, trying to control, like restrict what I was eating. I was taking diet pills and laxatives and binging, I think is what it was. It wasn't throwing up, but I was doing like everything else. But I was like, hey, I'm eating every day, so it's okay. So I gained a shit ton of weight. Um, and now I'm not allowed to like diet because anytime I do, I end up going fucking crazy. So I'm supposed to just accept how I look, which is really scary. Um, my fiance thinks I'm pretty, and you know, I have a thyroid thing anyways. That's always gonna make it a struggle for me. And you know, if I have to throw up every single thing I eat to still be overweight, it's kind of not worth it for me. At least at this point, it's like I can still focus on like taking care of myself type of thing, but it just can't be like with the intent of losing weight, because for me, it doesn't just stop at like a health thing. It starts as that, but then it ends up being like, I need to lose more, I need to lose more, I need to do more, I need to do this. Um, Before then, I got laid off. It took forever to find a new job. Um, and then I found something, getting my feet back on track. I was still paying rent this whole time too. And my fucking roommate um, basically had moved her boyfriend in. Um, we were paying like half the rent before that. And then he moves in. I'm still paying half the rent. Finally, they give me some kind of discount. And then a couple months ago, they're like, oh yeah, you need to go. Because someone, this kid's moving in. And I'm just like, okay. And it basically became a thing of, well, it's either you leave or we all do. And it was just like, well, I guess I don't have a choice. But I'm living in a nicer place now. Nicer neighborhood. It's just a small bedroom. Um, that's my bathroom. Literally my bedroom. But it's kind of cool. It works. Paying $130 less than I was. Much nicer neighborhood. Closer to work. And then I'm actually starting a new job next Monday. That's like $3 more an hour than I'm getting paid now. So should start to get back on track. It was just kind of crazy for a while. And like I never know what to make videos about because I always feel like they're like personal stories, and it feels weird because I know people from the podcast that I know in real life might subscribe to this and find out things. And I planned on getting more into detail in this video, but like because I know certain people might be watching, I'm kind of like, I don't know. Maybe eventually I'll be more comfortable. But even just sharing what I did, I got all like trembly and shaky and stuff. But yeah. And no, I didn't get a piercing. It's totally a clip-on. My body cannot handle piercings. It'll get infected, which is such a shame because I want my nipples pierced and I can't do it. Because if there's any part of my body I don't want to get infected by a piercing, it's probably there. Well, that and also the, the nether, that would hurt. That would be bad. Yeah. Fucking spaz. What is wrong with me? Anyways. So yeah. I just kind of wanted to give a little bit of a backstory about like why I chose this name, and yeah, probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense to people. So probably like, but she's with a guy now. She's not a lesbian. It's like not 100%, and I never claimed to be 100% lesbian, anyways. Just mostly. And this little cunt just seemed to like just wiggle his way in. Not literally, but figuratively. I want to make a joke. Not appropriate. Anyways. And I've actually brought up a couple. I brought this up in a couple of live chats before. Before I said yes, we had a really interesting sexcapade thing. Basically, my ex-girlfriend did a thing of like, oh, well, you know how you get, one spank a year for every year that you're alive? I'm going to give you that many orgasms. And she did. It was my birthday, and it was lovely. So this new guy's like, I'm going to beat that. And I'm like, okay, you can go ahead and try. He did. He beat it out of the park. I don't even remember how many it was now. What's the meaning of life? Is it 42? I think it's 42. Yeah. Yeah. In 90 minutes. Other bitch had all day. Yeah. And I think he was like, let's go for 50. And I was like, I can't do it no more. So I brought that up in a couple live chats before, and I told him, and he's just like, oh my god, I'm becoming a sex god. It's like, yes, you're becoming a legend. How does that make you feel? He said he's gonna do a video about it eventually. Like when he hits like a different record, he's just gonna be like, yes. So yeah, another reason I said yes. He's a giver. Oh, AP, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I told you I was gonna do a video, so. And yeah, I only have like 150 subscribers anyway, so I think I'm okay. I don't think anybody's gonna watch this. Hopefully, we'll see. Oh, and it's funny because I still get like comments on like one of my videos, the like Satanist one. I don't think anybody really realized like I don't actually believe in the devil or anything like that. It's kind of just like a rebellion to like a Catholic thing. And I like looking spooky. Because people don't really bug you when you look kind of creepy. So, I don't know. So yeah, I think that's it for right now. That was a long enough video. And I don't know what else to say. And my voice is getting dry because I kind of have walking pneumonia. So, I will leave this here. Later, bitches.